When I was told the tactics that CMPD used to catch the street racers, I had to smile, and I also had to say to myself, even I wouldn't be able to pick them up. Instead of them doing that, for the past 6 months, they found out the hotspots either via social media or snitching. We're going to get into that a little bit later. People are scared right now, man. They dealt a death blow. YouTube, what's going on? It's your man Knockout 360 here with another video, man. So as you can tell, I'm in a car. That makes this a car vlog, and it also means I didn't get caught up in a raid. But for all you guys who are new to the channel, man, car content, car shows, car reviews, car meets, anything and everything car related, I'm trying to get you guys in focus here. Anything and everything car related happens on this channel, so if you're into that, make sure that you stick around. For everyone else, hit that like, subscribe, notification bell so that you know what's coming out and when it's coming out, right? So there have been more details that have been released about the raid, and if you're not familiar, maybe this is your first time watching my video. Let's see here. May 6th, which was yesterday, Charlotte, Mecklenburg Police Department, CMPD, along with, I believe, state trooper agencies and things of that sort, they committed a raid, I'm sorry. They committed a huge raid on the car community in Charlotte. They seized 60 vehicles, they towed them away and sent them to the impound lot, and they charged 51 people with street racing following a 6-month crackdown operation led by CMPD. So in other words, 60 people lost their cars, 51 people were charged with street racing and possibly reckless driving. And this is something that Charlotte Mecklenburg has been putting together for the last 6 months, right? I don't know if in the previous video I told you guys this. I'm gonna try to make this video quick because I'm out here in the damn sun and I'm already starting to sweat a little bit. But in the previous video, I kind of explained the situation, but I didn't explain the tactics that CMPD used to catch these damn street racers and street racers. When I was told what they did, I had to smile, because if I was out there, and you guys know that I don't film street races or nothing like that. Ever since I bought my 392, I just don't do it, because my car at this point is a business. You know what I'm saying? I can't be out there fooling around doing stupid stuff with, you know, young boys who are driving Hondas and shit like that. No disrespect to the Hondas, but I don't get into that stuff. I do videos based on my car and like legitimate car shows, right? But when I was told the tactics that CMPD used to catch the street racers, I had to smile, and I also had to say to myself, even I wouldn't be able to pick them up if I was out there. And I'm a paranoid guy. I'm always looking over my shoulder. I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? And even I wouldn't have been able to pick them up. So I think I mentioned this in a previous video. There were probably 2 spots in Charlotte that was really hot for street racing, right? Both of them are in Charlotte. I've never been to either one of these spots, so I literally didn't even know the street or nothing like that. I've seen them on the gram, and I've always asked myself, damn, that looks like a new spot. I've never been there. So there was 2 spots. One was a backup spot, and obviously the other one was the primary. So you go to the primary first if it got hot, or maybe you were just there too long, you would go to the backup. What CMPD did, instead of them just running up and busting the car spot, right? Because they've done that before. There have been numerous videos that I filmed where I was at a meet and cops showed up, shut it down. Instead of them doing that, for the past 6 months, they found out the hotspots either via social media or snitching. We're going to get into that a little bit later. They found out about the spots, right? They took cameras to these spots and they set up cameras on top of the buildings and like the industrial buildings, and they had the cameras positioned in such a way that it was angled at the street, it was angled at the crowds, and it was angled at where the crowds were parking their cars. So not only did you get the street racing, you get the street racers, you get the participators, the spectators, and you get the spectators' cars and their license plates. So they had the cameras positioned ever so precisely at both of these locations for the last 6 months, picking up the people that were racing, the cars that they were racing in, obviously the license plates, make and model, and then they were also picking up the spectators, right? So they did this. This is one tactic, right? Which was crazy. Apparently nobody, all the hundreds of people that came out to the damn car meets and car racing for the last 6 months, nobody noticed it. Nobody raised a red flag. So whatever. That's one method. Another method that I was told, now once again, the second method, maybe a little bit of speculation here, I don't know, but CMPD was renting Chargers, Challengers, Camaros, Mustangs, bringing them out to the car meets, the car, you know, the racing, right? Obviously via social media, because when people post stuff on social media, they just post it. It's not like we're in one big car community, car group, club on Instagram, and it's like, you know, who is this new guy? We don't know him. We're not fucking with him. When you post it, it's out there for the world to see. CMPD was renting Mustangs, Dodge Challengers, Camaros, maybe even some Hondas and Toyotas, showing up to car meets, blending in with the crowd, and they were wearing cameras. They were wearing cameras, and they were walking around the car meets, just literally picking up not only the racing, the people in the cars racing, license plates. They were angled in such a position that I would assume they either had body cameras or they were walking around like me with the camera attached and nobody thought anything about it. Because, you know, when you go to these meets and you see people walking around with cameras, you either think they're photographers, which we see a lot of car photographers, or they're like me, they're YouTubers, they're filming videos. Nobody thinks twice about it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has ever looked at me and been like, yo, what you filming for? You know, I got warrants or something like that. Nobody's ever said that. So these cops were walking around with either handheld cameras like your boy, or they were walking around with body cameras, hidden cameras, and nobody knew about it. They were getting license plates, they were getting faces, they were getting conversations, they were getting spectators, they were getting everybody for the last 6 months. They literally let these street racers, the spectators, and everyone else build a case against themselves for the last 6 months. And then they dropped the dime on them out of nowhere. My homeboy told me the day before it happened, this all happened on a Thursday morning at 5 a.m. as far as the towing is concerned, the seize, the raid. My homeboy told me the night before, he was like, listen, I got friends that work in the towing company, tow truck company, whatever. They just told me that CMPD rented out like 50, 60 tow truck cars for a huge raid that they're planning the next morning. I said, man, that's cap. That's cap. What's been going on in Charlotte that CMPD would need to rent tow trucks and just go raid people? I thought it was cap. Woke up that next morning, everybody's flipping out. It's all over Instagram. People are videotaping their cars being taken. People saying, you know, F the police, this, that, and the third, all over their timeline. It was real. It was about as real gets. So that's one thing. The police, they set them up with the cameras on top of the buildings, and then they were sneaky enough to actually rent Chargers and Challengers, Camaros, Mustangs, and show up at the car meets and just walk around videotaping everybody, right? You cannot be too careful when it comes to stuff like this. If you are in the business of street racing and illegal street racing, I don't know what to tell you, man, because you just wouldn't know, you know, unless you give everybody some magical password and it's like, you know, only say this password and, you know, if you're my boy or something like that, and I'll let you in. But I mean, aside from that, you just don't know. The cops are going to get you when they want to get you. So that's the cops part. I've also gotten word that there were some snitches as well in the car community, right? And there's two kinds of snitches, right? The first snitch is the one that gets busted and he just screams the high hell, right? I mean, the police put the pressure on him. They take him in the interrogation room. Hey, listen, we got you on video doing X, Y, and Z. We're going to hit you with this charge, this count, this amount of time. You're going to jail. We're taking your car. You're fucked, right? And then they buckle under the pressure. That's snitch number one. Snitch number two, and which is the worst one, is the informant that's working with the police, right? So, to my understanding, once again, this is all third party. Everybody's telling me this. I've been hearing stories about both of those kinds of snitches existing in the car community. One particular one, which is the worst of the worst, is the one that was literally feeding CMPD information, feeding them videos, feeding them photographs, all sorts of information, right? And I actually know these guys' names, and I know what their cars look like, and I know their MO, I know their background. Of course, I'm not going to say it, I'm not stupid, but one of them was literally working with CMPD. Before the raid took place, one of them was working with CMPD. Apparently, something happened between this particular guy and some of the car individuals on the scene. I'm not even going to say what I want to say, but something happened between him. Long story short, he was disgruntled. Instead of just taking that frustration out like a man and handling with the people that he had a problem with, apparently he went and started working with the cops. Started telling them all sorts of information, tags, who's doing what, videos, conversations, text messages, what have you. So that obviously aided the police in catching who they needed to catch. The second type of snitch, which, you know, they caught everybody street racing. They know what your car looks like. You know anything about Charlotte? Our cars are bright. A lot of people got all kinds of crazy colors. They got crazy, you know, so on and so forth. You can't hide your car. Let's just keep it real. You know, nobody wants to hide their car. They want their car to stick out. People go out and buy, you know, like with the Chargers and Challengers, Go Mango, and you got like purple plum, and then of course you got like lime green and shit like that, right? And then like midnight blue, all kinds of crazy colors that Dodge comes up with. So our cars are noticeable. One particular situation, to my understanding, once again, this is all hearsay. This could be absolutely true. It could be absolutely cap. A couple guys were street racing. All of them got videotaped street racing. All of them got popped by 12. Somehow or another, all of them but one had their car towed and got arrested. What you think happened there? Word on the street is the police put the pressure on him and he snitched. And as a result, a couple guys went down. He didn't. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you, man. This is probably a death blow for the car community. We were supposed to have 2 huge meets this weekend. Supposed to be a dope car meet on Friday, which was last night. And then Jack's Wax is putting on their annual big meet or whatever. People are so scared right now, they don't even want to get on the highway to go to a car meet. If you know anything about Charlotte, the Gastonia, there's 77. Let's just keep it real. People were going crazy on 77, going to Jack's Wax, and then obviously leaving. At this point, nobody even wants to get on 77, which is a major highway in Charlotte. Both of these car meets are going to be light. One last night got canceled. The one tonight for Jack's Wax, it's probably not going to get canceled, but it's going to be light. It's going to be real light. This was a death blow to the car community. We lost 60 cars impounded. We lost Chargers, Challengers, Camaros. We lost Mustangs. We lost a Toyota Supra, a beautiful Toyota Supra. We lost all those cars in a matter of 2-3 hours, man. And 51 people were charged. Some of those people are probably still in jail as we speak. Some of these people just have cases. To my understanding, a lot of these individuals are not getting seen in a courtroom until October, which means their car is gone for the entire summer. The car community in Charlotte, the car scene in Charlotte may be dead, man. Anything that they wanted to do, they probably did, because right now everybody's scared to people are scared to post burnout videos. I posted a old picture of a burnout that I did when I first got my car in 2020, and somebody was like, man, I hope that's a throwback. I hope you didn't just do that, because he was scared for me. Guys, I'm telling you, if you're out there doing what you do, I'm not telling you to stop. I'm just telling you to be careful, man. You can't beat them. I mean, these are, you know what I'm saying? You can't beat them. It's crazy how this stuff comes full circle, man, but you can't beat them. At the end of the day, I mean, they dealt a death blow to the Charlotte car scene. You know what I'm saying? I don't go out to car meets. I haven't been out to a car meet since like late 2020, early 2021. And it's, you know, people are scared right now, man. They dealt a death blow. So with that being said, guys, that's where we're at right now. 60 cars have been impounded, 51 people charged. I heard someone say that it was 58 people that were charged. I don't know. But that's where we're at right now, man. The Charlotte car scene is dead, man. CMPD is probably the most clever police department in the world right now as far as their tactics and methods for getting what they wanted. So that's it. That's your boy Knockout 360. As you can tell, I'm safe and sound. My 392 is here. And I think when they impound your car, you still have to pay for that. You still have to pay the monthly, right, for your car. Tell me if that's true. If you're leasing or you own your car, even if they impound your shit, you're still paying for it on a monthly basis as if you owned it. Talk to me. That may be wrong, but between snitching and just good old-fashioned good cop work, Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department took down the Charlotte car scene. Maybe forever. It's been your boy Knockout 360, man. I'll see you the next one. Peace.